Alright everyone, Fiddle Parrot here, and welcome back to Love at First Sight. Let's just keep right on it going here. So, about 2 weeks have passed. I've met Sachi for lunch on the stairway that leads up to the roof every day, and she's gone through countless manga and novels. We've also gone to and from the school together when we could. Sachi hasn't asked for help since the day I offered it to her, but even still, every now and then I go around to her classroom to meet her. Of course, I try not to draw attention to myself anymore, and just go to receive Sachi as quickly as I can, even though Sachi's free from Sadakawa. I think she's still worried about being bullied. There's no especially noticeable change, but Sachi's smile doesn't seem faked like it did before. Little by little, smiling is becoming more natural for her. What are you smiling about? Today, as always, I arrive at home after walking Sachi to her house and I run into my mom, who seems to have come out to check the mail. Oh, nothing. Is my face betraying what I'm thinking? I try to put on a more natural expression as a reply. You've been getting up really early these past few weeks. Having fun at school? Um, Something like that. It's not like we've actually been planning to meet up in the morning. We just keep getting lucky, I guess. But yes, it doesn't mean that I've been getting to school. It doesn't mean that I've been getting to school earlier than I used to. The main reason I'm leaving early is that I'd hate to let the chance to meet Sachi in the morning slip away. The fact that the fact that it's put a stop to my habit of being late is just a nice side effect. Oh my. I thought she was going to try and pry into my school life, but the mail seems to have caught her attention first. She scans the envelope and eventually stops on one. Separating it from the others, she reads it and after a moment finally sighs. What's wrong? I won tickets to a private showing of a new movie, but it's on the same day that I was planning to visit some of your father's relatives, so I can't go. A private showing? You really hit it big. Well, I do enter a lot of those kinds of drawings. Filling out entries to those prize lotteries is my mom's hobby. She systematically scans the web and fills out everyone she can find. She actually wins quite a few of these private showings, so my dad and I accompany her to them pretty often. You said you had plans for that day? What is it? You usually do everything you can to get those. It's this Sunday afternoon. These sneak these sneak peeks are usually on weeknights, but not many people go on Sundays. Hey, could I have those tickets since you and Dad can't go? Sure, I don't mind. I don't know if the movie's good or not, but I still don't want to waste the tickets. Great, thanks. Oh yeah. And that's how I got them yesterday. Lunchtime. As I eat with Tomo and Akimi, I show them the tickets from the private showing that I got from my mom. Wow. Wow, I've never heard of that movie, but it looks fun. Akimi is particularly squealing with delight as she looks over the tickets. Oh, so now the answer to the question which one of us to invite is neither, I'm guessing. Good guess, Tomo. Huh? No way! He didn't say that! Bad guess, Akimi. What the heck? I totally thought I knew where you were going with this. But you're not taking us, meanie. I want to see the movie too. Sorry, I've only got 2 tickets. If I invite one of you, that means I have to leave the other of you behind. So he's going to invite you know who instead. I know who. Oh, Sachan. Yeah, so what do you think? What do we think? They're your tickets, and besides, you're the one who knows your relationship with her best. Well, whatever. Sure, go ahead and invite her. Well, I've never hung out with a girl outside of school. I'm a little nervous. Hello? What about the trip we took together last holiday? You're a poor replacement for a girl. What's that supposed to mean? No, I mean, what I mean is whatever we. No, what I mean is that whenever we meet, Tomo's almost always there as well. Well, yeah, I guess that is true. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but you're the one who knows best. We can't really give you much advice, but if you can But if you coerce her into going, she's never going to be comfortable around you again. If, if you plan to accompany her there, then should be at least then. Oh my gosh. There, that should be enough to convince her, right? Blah. Man, this is quite a wall of text. Yeah, you're probably right. I guess I should actually find out where we're going first, though, huh? Man, I guess it doesn't make the most sense for you to take Satya instead of us. I still feel like I'm missing out on something, though. Well, if Sachin ends up rejecting me, I'll hand the tickets off to you two, since at that point I wouldn't know what to do with them anyway. Huh? You sure? But you could go alone if you wanted to, couldn't you? Maybe, but But do I want to go alone? Besides, these tickets are in my mom's name. If one of the people trying to use them isn't a female, they might not accept them at all. Anyway, that's all moot if Sachi agrees to come. I can't make that decision for you now that I have now that I have a stake in it. Do you want to see the movie, or do you want the day or or do I want the day when I finally meet Sachin to come sooner? I guess either will be good. What about you, Tomo? If you do hand the tickets off to us, that means I have to spend the day with Akemi, which is a pretty tiring prospect. Then again, I can't exactly refuse your generosity. I am free that day, and going to a movie might be a worthwhile diversion. Wow, I didn't realize you were that excited to go on a date with me, Tomo. Look, I'll do it. But you know how much energy it takes the average human to keep up with you? The two keep talking, but I think they've already forgotten what is to happen before they get the tickets. Thanks for your input, guys. Anyway, I'm done with my lunch. I'm gonna go hurry up and find Sachi. I stand up and head for the stairwell. Boop, stair time. Oh, Mamoru-senpai. What's up? Sachi is, yet again, sitting at the same place in the same way as when I first met her. I've been coming by day after day, and each time I leave, it seems like she's a little brighter. It's comforting. Hey, are you doing anything this Sunday? I get right to the point, sitting down in my usual spot. Sunday? No, I don't have any plans. Why do you ask? Well, my mom won one of those sneak previews for a movie, but she can't go to it. She gave me the tickets. There's only two, so I wasn't sure what to do with them at first, but what? A movie? With me? Don't you have any other friends who you could invite? It's not that I don't, but I don't have enough tickets for both of them. If you refused, I was just going to give the tickets to them, but I'm asking if you want to go first. Yes, of course. Oh, but the movie theater's far away, isn't it? Yeah, but we can just take a train, can't we? Or do you not want to travel too far? No, it's not that, just if we take the train, we have to pay for tickets. Doesn't your aunt give you an allowance or something? Not really. I've never asked for it. Are you and your aunt on bad terms? I don't think she really likes me that much, though, to be honest, I'm not really sure. You don't know? Don't you live with her? Couldn't you ask other family members or something? No, it's fine, really. My mom got sick and died many years ago. As for my dad, I was told he left when I was very young. Your mom... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It's been a long time since then. Well, what about your dad? You said he left? No one... No one ever told me what happened. But he probably left because of me. I think he must have left right after I was born. I don't have any memory of him. Sachi's eyes seems to dim as she tells this to me. I suppose she wouldn't really remember, if she was that young when he left, but I could see a little glimmer of sadness in her eye when she admitted it. My mom didn't abandon me, though. She did her very best to raise me alone. She was a very kind mother. It was probably too much for one person to handle, though. It took too much of a toll on her body, and after that, she... sorry, I didn't mean to be so depressing. No, I brought it up. It's not... I'm the one who should be apologizing. So after that, your aunt took custody of you? Yes, that's right. Aunt Mayumi seemed to be really close with my mom before she died. My mom told Mayumi that she was counting on her to take care of me. That's why she adopted me. But I'm sure my aunt hates me. She just hasn't said anything. She probably blames me for her unhappiness and the death of her beloved sister. You must not like your aunt very much. No, that's not it. I'm grateful for her for taking care of me. I just don't want to be a nuisance to her. I don't want her. I don't. It wouldn't be right for me to ask her for something as selfish as spending money. I see. Thanks for telling me that. I've never had anyone to talk to before, so thank you for listening. But I really do want to hang out with you. If you want, I can pay for your train ride and stuff. I don't mind at all. No, I couldn't. I don't want to. I want to hang out with you too, but I have to ask Mayumi if I can first. But if you have, but if you have to pay for me, we should just not go. I don't want to be a nuisance to anyone any more than to my aunt. Oh, my throat. uh, I don't I don't know about your aunt, but you're not being a nuisance to me at all. But there's no rush. Why don't you decide after you've asked her? Yeah, all right. By the way, since we have to go all the way to the next town to get to the movie theater, why don't we get there early so we can just wander around a bit? The movie starts in the afternoon, so we can get lunch or something. Uh, okay. I suddenly feel very nervous. Come on, this isn't a huge event. We're just going to a little fun. Loosen up. I'll try. There you go. Oh, and that reminds me. Do you have a cell phone? We could exchange numbers before we forget. It'll be useful in case we want to get in touch later on. Oh, yes, I carry one in case of emergencies. The cell phone Sachi takes out is ancient, but she fumbles with it awkwardly. It's really plain, too, not a single sticker or anything. Not even one of those silly straps. How do I do this? I think you have to press this? She must not use it much. In fact, it looks like she barely knows how to use it at all. I guess that worked. Thank you. Come to think of it, what's the movie about? Oh, right. I should have told you that before. It's some movie from Germany. It doesn't really look like something huge adventure. More like a drama, I guess. Though the story is pretty light, so maybe it's more like a comedy. I take the flyer that came with the tickets out of my pocket to Sosachi. Ooh, that looks interesting. I've never seen it, so I can't tell you if it's interesting or not. Even going to a movie theater is exciting. I've only ever seen movies on TV. Well, a private showing isn't something you can just go to anytime. It's not at a regular movie theater, and after it's over, you have to fill out a simple questionnaire. But that sounds really exciting. I'm glad you think so, then. The bell chimes as lunch period ends. Oops, looks like we need to get going. I'll ask my aunt about the movie when I get home. Alright, great. See you later. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, get an achievement. First date! Yes! The next day, I've got a lot on my mind as I'm walking to school along the route Sachi always takes. Hopefully Sachi talked to her aunt about coming to hang out with me. I wonder what her aunt will say. Sachi doesn't seem to think she likes her very much. Sachi's covered in wounds, but her aunt didn't seem concerned about it in the slightest when I met her. Maybe Sachi's right. Actually, I did kind of get that impression. She seemed really cold, although I can't really judge her based on the tiny amount of contact I've had with her. So I don't know if that's really how she is. If her aunt didn't say it was okay, Sachi would naturally refuse. But I still want to take her out, even if I have to force her to let me pay for her train ticket. If her family isn't supporting her, then that's all the more reason for me to do so. I mull these over as I walk, staring at the passing pavement beneath without looking up. Good morning, Mamoru-senpai. I look up to see Sachi standing before me. Oh, good morning, Sachi. Is something wrong? No, nothing. I wasn't looking where I was going. So you surprised me, sorry. I'm used to having to catch up with her. This is the first time I've heard her call out from behind me. She seems happy to see me. I was wondering if I'd see you while I was walking. My aunt said it was okay for me to spend the day with you, senpai. She even said she'd pay for the train ticket and lunch. Really? That's great. Yes. I was preparing for the worst. This is a little unexpected. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, me too. Speaking of which, I heard the movie is actually based off of some German novel. We continue chatting about the movie and what we'll do that day, and other little things until we arrive at school. Sachi seems to be more excited about this than I thought she would be. She doesn't even know much about the town we're headed to. Boop, boop. Oh yeah, already going home. Get to skip school. Yeah. Sunday. Oh yeah. Alright boys, it's date time. It's time to put on strap boots. Sunday, the day I'm going out with Sachi. We decide I would meet her at her house since it's close to my own. I had some spare time, so I arrived at Sachi's house a little earlier than we discussed. I don't mind waiting if she still needs to get ready. I ring the doorbell. After a little while, I hear soft footsteps approaching shortly before the front door opens. However, standing before me is not Sachi, but her Aunt Mayumi. It's not like I wasn't kind of expecting this, but I'm surprised nonetheless, and my body goes rigid. Good morning. I'm here. Oh, this is me still. Good morning. I'm here to meet Sachi. Good morning, Mamoru-kun. I've heard all about it. It feels like Mayumi is searching me for something with her icy gaze. Good morning, senpai. You're early. Sure enough, Sachi appears behind Mayumi. It seems like she's ready to go, but she looks between Mayumi and me with a troubled expression. I think Sachi is more surprised than I am that Mayumi answered the door. But Mayumi pays Sachi no mind as she stares at me and begins to speak. The movie ends in the evening, right? Once the movie is over, come right home, okay? Right, we will. I wasn't planning on staying out that late anyway, but the warning look in her eyes is a little unsettling nonetheless. Alright then, off you go. With that, Mayumi steps outside and lets Sachi out onto the street. Yes, goodbye. Whew. We get a good distance away from Sachi's house before we start speaking again. Sorry about that. Why are you apologizing? I mean, I was surprised, but it seems like she was just worried about you. She probably just didn't want to have to deal with any trouble I might cause. Actually, I have no idea what she was thinking. Maybe Sachi's right after all. Whatever, forget about that. Let's get going. Yeah, sure. We're about to start heading in the direction of the station, but... What's wrong? What do you mean? I was so distracted with what I was thinking about Mayumi that I didn't notice that Sachi's wearing casual clothing. This is the first time I've seen her in anything but her uniform. She's wearing a plain skirt and a worn-out hoodie. I realized Sachi put her hood up and her head down as soon as we started walking. Do you really have to walk that way? This is how I always do it. Do you not like it? No, it's really suspicious looking. I think it would be better if you just took your hood off, at least. It's suspicious looking? Yeah, when someone has their hood on, you can't really see their face. Don't you think that person looks kind of suspicious? Oh, I see. This is how she always does it? I don't know what it's like for her, but still, when she's with me, I don't want to see her act weird like that. We're supposed to be walking together, but I can't even see her face. Look, I know you usually try to not let people see you, but you're with me today, you know? No matter what happens, I'm right here next to you. Okay, yeah, you're right. She's still anxious, but she's still keeping her head down. But at least she seems to have given up on the hood for now. Right, let's get going then, shall we? Okay. Skip, skip, skip. Since it's the weekends, ladies and gentlemen. The street to the station has quite a few people on it, and that goes double for the shopping center we have to go through to get there. The train itself isn't any better. It's so packed, in fact, that I don't think it's going to be possible to have any kind of conversation with Sachi until we arrive at our destination. That said, since our destination isn't particularly far away, it doesn't take that long to get there, and we both feel a little relieved once we get off the train. There sure are a lot of people out today. You okay? Yeah, I don't really use the train, so I was startled to see so many people on it, but I'm alright. Great, then why don't we walk around and try to find some place to eat? Sure. We start walking toward the area that probably has a place we can eat at. Actually, I already know where I'm taking her since I looked around for a good place beforehand. I thought it'd be better to take Sachi to a quieter place where she can let her guard down while we talk, rather than a street where a lot of big shops and a ton of people. I try to start a conversation with Sachi, but as I turn my head to look at her, she's nowhere to be found, and I immediately start to panic. I quickly realize she doesn't actually disappear, she's just walking several meters behind me for some reason. Why? Weren't we supposed to be walking together? Sachi? I quickly turn around and close the distance between us. Yes, what is it? Do you not want to walk next to me or something? No, nothing like that. It's just, I don't know if you want me to walk next to you. Why wouldn't I want you? Why wouldn't I want you to? But if I walk next to me, people might think you know me. But I do know you. That's why I want to walk with you. Yeah, but I understand what she's getting at. She definitely draws a lot of attention. I saw that she got a lot of startled glances and stares from people who passed on the street when we were making our way here. I feel like a lot of them were overreacting though, and that's not exactly a surprise to me either. I guess it's only natural that she'd want to hide her face to avoid those stares. Maybe stopping her from wearing her hood was not the best idea. Put your hood up if it makes you feel better. I want to walk next to you. But you said. She takes a half step back, putting a little more distance between us. I don't think there's anything wrong with being seen with you. Come on, don't run away. I close the half step and grab her hand to keep her here. Um, we're going we're going to be seen together anyway, so we might as well walk together, right? I'm fine with it, but if you don't want to walk with me, just say so, and I'll let go of your hand. I do want to, but this is a little. Her voice becomes a whisper as she stares at the ground, but after a moment she tilts her head up just enough to talk to me. Senpai, is this really okay? Of course. I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay then, let's go. Thank you. Her grip on my hand tightens ever so slightly. Actually, I'm finding myself getting a little flustered as well, but I don't think I could let go of her hand even if I had wanted to. Silence. With our hands clasped together, I start to worry that my grip on her hand is too tight, or I'm starting to walk too quickly for her. Ooh, excuse me. As I become aware of everything I could be doing wrong, I quickly start to feel very embarrassed. It is so true. When you hold someone's hand for the first time, it is the most terrifying thing in the world. I'm too focused on these details to actually make conversation with Sachi. I try to calm down, forcing myself not to think about everything and focusing on only trying on the feeling of Sachi's hand in mine. Her slender hand is warm and faintly, I can feel the warmth flood into my own hand. She adjusts her grip, and rough spots on her otherwise smooth skin gently scraping against my palm. They feel they feel like they might be scabs or something. Wait, didn't this hand have bandages on it before? The shallow grooves on her soft hand are strangely alluring, and I unconsciously trace them with my fingers. Sachi's own fingers twitch in response, though I'm not sure whether this is reflexive or not. Thinking I've offended her, I glance at Sachi only to find she's actually staring at me with her one big eye. Sorry. It's fine. I was just wondering, like, are those scars on your hand? I wanted to feel them to make sure. It's okay to touch them if you want. Blood rushes to her smiling face, and and I think mine probably turns just as red. That cafe, do you want to have lunch there? I saw it when I was looking for a good place to eat before we came. I've heard good things about it. I point to the first place I see that looks like it might serve food. So much for the place I had planned to take us to. It wasn't the most elegant way of changing the subject, but I can't take the embarrassment. Oh, it looks nice. Do you want to get lunch now then? Well, it's still a little early for lunch. Maybe we could wander around for a bit and then come back later. That's true. Okay, let's come back later then. And with that, Sachi's hold on my hand grows tighter. This time, I squeeze back. If we didn't look like a couple when we left, we certainly do now. Oh, there we go. Those black screens always throw me off. After that, we explored the area for a bit and enjoyed that, but we didn't say much to each other. Not that it was an uncomfortable silence. Sometimes I'd look over at Sachi, and no matter where we were looking, she was always wearing a cheerful expression. Aren't you getting a little bored of just wandering around? No, not at all. Even if we're just walking like this, it's fun. There's so much to see, and all those stores look interesting. Really? Well, if you see a store you'd like, let me know. We can stop and take a look inside if you want. Oh, I need to get a drink real quick. My voice is starting to go. Oh, that's the one thing with these visual novels. Man, my voice gets so dry so quick. I don't think I'd buy anything though. We can just browse. Even if you don't plan on buying anything, there's nothing wrong with looking, you know? I suppose not. Hey, this one looks interesting, don't you think? I stop in front of one of the stores we're passing. Peeking in through the open double doors, we can see the store has a trendy atmosphere with big decorations. It's selling accessories, clothing, and other classy-looking merchandise. There isn't really anything here for someone who doesn't care about the latest fashions and trends, but at least there are still a lot of unusual things to look at. I've never been in this store like this. Maybe you can find something you like. How about this? I take something I think Sachi might like off the display just outside the door and offer it to her. These are sunglasses? She looks confused. Try them on. Huh? Oh, okay. She puts the sunglasses on her face, which now looks even more puzzled. That's totally natural, of course. These sunglasses, with their two lenses, are only going to make it harder for her with her one eye to see. They obviously don't suit her, but her reaction is adorable and charming. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Are you making fun of me, senpai? Sachi suddenly becomes very obviously depressed. I really should have been more sensitive about her eye. No, I'm really sorry. I wasn't doing anything like that again. I won't do anything like that again. I'm just joking, just a little payback. Having turned the tables on me, she can't help but let a little smile slip back onto her face. I didn't expect her to pull something like that. Man, I can't believe you got me with that. Seriously though, I am sorry. I should be more considerate of your, It's okay. I know you don't mean anything by it. That's true, but still. Anyway, I suggest we check out the store, but actually, I think it's about time we ate lunch. Sure, let's find that cafe again. Sachi doesn't seem to be upset at me at all, but I'm a little disappointed that she won't get a chance to check out the store. I take one last look inside, and one of the shelves catches my eye. Hey, which do you like best out of the blue, green, and orange one? Huh? Well, orange. Why? No reason. Well, just wait here for a second. Okay. I run to the store, leaving Sachi, who was generally confused this time, behind. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Sorry about that. That was quick. Did you buy something? Yeah, look. I show the cell phone strap to Sachi, its simple orange flower dangling off the green string, made to look like its stem. Oh, how cute. Is that for your cell phone? No, yours. Well, mine? Why? I guess something to remember today by. What? No, I couldn't. You hang on to it, senpai. Even if I did, I wouldn't use it. Well, let me pay for it then. I just bought it on a whim. Don't worry about it. Think of it as a thanks for hanging out with me today. Take it. Are you sure? Of course. It wasn't that expensive anyway, so don't feel like you owe me for it. Well, okay. Thank you very much. No problem. I noticed your phone doesn't have any kind of decorations on it, so I figured you might like it. But if you don't have to put it on your phone or anything. No, it's really cute. I think it's lovely. I'll put it on right now. She takes out her phone and attaches her new strap. Looks good. I was afraid the color might be too bright. but it's the only one hang. But if it's the only one hanging there, it actually works out nicely. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Mamoru-senpai. She looks so happy, tightly grasping her phone and smiling at the strap. My pleasure. Anyway, we should get heading to the cafe. We have a little time to spare, but if the place is crowded, we'll never get in before the movie starts, unless we go now. Yeah, right, let's go. Senpai? For some reason, Sachi's voice seems to be quivering as she calls out for me. Uh-huh. I think I can guess what she's about to say, but I don't know if she's thought it through. A few moments pass in silence, then I wordlessly take her hand. Sachi doesn't say anything else, and instead, I just squeeze my hand tightly as we start walking. It's so cute. Before long, we arrive at the cafe we found earlier. Luckily, there aren't too many people, and we find a table more or less immediately. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. Flashy music. It's warm enough today that sitting outside is comfortable, so we take one of the outdoor tables and start looking through the menu. This episode's going to be long. I wonder if I should get a sandwich or not. I'm not sure I'm that hungry. A sandwich does sound good. Ooh, this looks delicious. It doesn't take too long for us to decide, and we soon place our orders. As we're waiting for our food, Sachi's gaze keeps drifting onto me only to flit away as soon as I notice. It seems like she wants to say something, but she's not sure how to say it. What's up? Senpai, do you want to touch my scars? What? This takes me so off guard that I start sputtering like an idiot. What do you mean? Nothing, it's just, you were touching them before, so I thought you might want to. Oh, I see, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say in this situation. Since I met you, you've done so much for me, Mamoru-senpai, but I've never once done even one thing for you. I want to do something to repay you for all the times you've made me happy, but I can't really think of anything. Sorry, that must have been a really creepy thing to ask. Please just forget it. I get the feeling that Sachi thinks she owes me a debt. She really doesn't have that much social experience after all. After thinking about this strange proposal for a bit, I realize she really is trying to repay me in her own way. Well, yeah, sure. Huh? Your scars, I want to touch them. Can I? I can't think of this as her repaying a debt. Just being able to be together with her is reward enough. Though saying that to her probably wouldn't change her mind anyway. I feel like her letting me touch her scars will somehow lighten the burden she carries every day. Even if this is a strange thing to do, this is for Sachi's sake. I did ask too, but it's not like I actually want to feel her scars, or at least that's how I should feel. Oh yes, go ahead. Trembling, she puts her hand out on the table. Thanks. But intentionally touching another person's injuries like this is really weird, but I feel apprehensive about doing it. Before, I only felt them because we were holding hands, but this time I'm doing it on purpose, and a girl's hands are obviously much smaller than mine. The scars cover more of her palm than I thought they might. Now that I can see them closely, it looks like they're mostly healed. The bandages that covered them seem to have been removed a few days ago, and any pain or bleeding must have subsided by now. I rub my thumb along the smooth outline of the scars, tracing them. There's not much left of the scabs that must be covering these scars only a few days ago. I never got a good look at them until now. They aren't as rough as I thought they might be. I glide my thumb along the inside of the palm grooves and then back to the edges. Scabs still occupy the very center of her scars. She would probably start bleeding again if the scabs were picked. These scabs will probably start falling off soon, actually. I'm sure they were huge when they were fresh. The skin outlining these scabs is bright and pink, closer to the center, white. The center of the scars is sunken, as though part of her palm was cut out, and I let my thumb creep into the depression. Nah. Sachi's hand shudders under my touch. Sorry, did that hurt? No, it didn't. The part is still sensitive is all. I'm fine, don't worry. I look up at Sachi apologetically and see that her face has become much redder than when we entered the cafe. Having someone examine your hand so intensely in public would probably be embarrassing to anyone. I try rubbing the scar a little bit. I probably shouldn't be enjoying this so much, but sometimes, when I put pressure on her hand, she makes a really cute expression. As I see flinches ever so slightly, she's adorable in these moments, and seeing that makes me want to rub the part of her scab that's still healing. Excuse me. I come out of my trance when with a start as the waitress brings our food out on a flat platter. I hurriedly give Sachi her hand back her hand, leaving the table clear, and the waitress puts her sandwiches in front of us. Do you need anything else? Oh, no, thank you. When she brought our food, the waitress looked Sachi over curiously, and then, as she left, she shot me a strange, almost wary glance. I guess I really deserved that, though I'm too ashamed to look at Sachi now. Thanks, Sachi. Yeah, if you want to touch them again, just ask. What? She actually wants me to touch them again? No. No way. I shouldn't even have touched them in the first place. Well, our food's here, so let's eat. Right. Hey, this food is Hey, this is pretty good. How's yours? Mine's good, too. I'm glad we came here. Sorry for the water. This is just a really long episode. My throat was, like, dying. Things got pretty awkward between us after that, and even normal conversation feels out of place. I think it's about time to head into the movie. Okay. I finished lunch, and it seems like the awkward atmosphere between us has cleared up. I think we'll get there a little early, but at least we can get good seats this way. If we get there too late, the seats will fill up, and we'll get stuck in the very back of the theater. I just went to see Jurassic World this weekend, and I got there late. Front row. I had to sit in the front row. My neck still hurts. Oh, would we? We head toward the place where the movie is being shown, and we're not that far away, though. Not that far away, though, so it only takes us a few minutes to get there. This is it. There are already people lining up. Looks like it. They'll probably let everyone in soon, though. I can't wait to see the movie. Yeah, I hope it's a good one. Boop, movie time. The movie is less than 2 hours long, and we soon find ourselves out in the fresh air, out in front of the movie theater again. I stretch and breathe in the cool evening air, happy to be moving around again after sitting inside for so long. That movie was great, wasn't it? Yeah, better than I thought it was going to be. The story was about a mischievous kid who gets put in a boarding school, makes some friends, and works with his teacher to make the school play a success. It's based off a children's book, so the whole thing is fun and lighthearted. We discuss what we thought about the movie. Sachi seems to have loved it, but eventually her voice gets quieter and she starts hanging her head again. The main character sure had a lot of friends and a nice teacher, and they were able to win in a tough situation. It's a really nice story. Maybe if I was born a normal person, I'd be stronger like him. She gets quieter and quieter, and eventually I can barely make out what she's saying. I'm not sure if she's talking to me anymore. Hey, Sachi? Oh, yes? Earlier, you were saying how you want to repay me for what I've done for you, right? But just getting to be with you is enough for me. I know I can't decide for her what she thinks no matter how many times I say that, but we spent all day together. That shows how I feel pretty clearly, doesn't it? I know I've said that before, but I'm here for you no matter what. Anything you need, I'll help wherever I can. I don't know if I can be considered a good-natured person, but I can say for sure that I care about her from the bottom of my heart. What I felt when I first saw her can only be described as love at first sight. There it is. The more I tell Sachi how I feel, the more time we spend together, the stronger our bond will get. I feel like I can't take my eyes off her now. I mean, not that I can help that much. I can't do what's impossible for me. And there are some things I won't do anyway. I don't want to impose on you, senpai. Sachi is as stubborn as always when it comes to another person helping her. I know I won't get her just get her to meekly accept this like she does with everything else. I'm not giving up though. Even if she doesn't want to impose on me, I want to be by her side. I want to make sure she can keep smiling. Oof. But thank you for the offer. I'm really glad that we got to meet, Mamoru Senpai. I'm so much happier now than I was before. But, there still is a lot of fun things we can do. Oh, I know. I want to introduce you to my friends so we can all hang out together. Your friends? Are you sure that's a good idea? Yeah, totally. Trust me, they're good people, and besides, I've already told them about you. If you think that's okay, well, alright. I'll look forward to meeting them then. Great! Oh, we should probably start heading home, shouldn't we? It's not actually that late, but the sun is setting and it's starting to get dark out. At this point, it's probably best to do what Sachi's aunt wanted and get straight home. Yes, it's starting to get late. Actually, can I ask a favor? What do you need? Can we hold hands on the way home? Yeah, I think that's the favor I can grant. I take Sachi's hand in mine without hesitation. I feel the warmth of her hand as she squeezes mine, and suddenly it feels like the day. It feels like the day when she'll let herself rely on me isn't so far off. Aww. And that was a long act, but that was sweet. These little like animated cutscenes are what I live for in this visual novel. They're so adorable. Alright guys, her side. Dun dun dun. So anyway guys, I've been Fiddle Ferret. If you stuck around with me all the way through this, you are amazing. Anyway, I will see you back on the next one. Bye bye.